Was popping.
Jess Finesse, you're my Jess Finesse, it's Jess Finesse.
Before you were a rapper, have you ever been anyone's hype man?
No, actually, I used to do hype for myself, like just be in the mirror and be like, they call me the DJ. Yeah, when I was like, I think like 6 years old, 5, 6 years old.
So when you first started rapping, who was your hype man?
I didn't have any because it was like,
You weren't blown enough?
yeah, first like is hard. First like is really hard because there's like studios everywhere. There's everybody's trying to be the next Two Face, the next Plantation Boys, and coming up as a hip hop artist, it's just there's not that many people that's gonna believe in you in your own neighborhood. First of all, so to have something like a hype man is a big privilege. So it just comes down to your own circle. It comes down to your role within your friendship circle. So it's like, okay, how important are you to your friends that someone's going to want to play second fiddle to you?
So when did you finally get your first second fiddle?
Ah, well, I got my first second fiddle after I got signed, and it was like, I had a music video, I had a studio, the crib was where people just wanted to come and chill. It was more or less like a trap house, and out of that, there was just one person that wanted to be on stage more than I wanted to be on stage. So that was my first hype man.
Makes sense. So, as per your blown, are you too blown for Garri or not?
Hell no, I drink Garri a lot.
All right. So
If you had told me I would have brought Akara or moi.
do you eat akara with Garri?
Yes, no.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
No.
What
That's
do you
not a
mean
thing?
no?
More people are nodding. It's a thing.
It's
don't know.
beans now.
Akara with Garri.
Yes.
That's gross.
Well, we
How
don't
is
have
Wait,
that?
so wait, would you dip it in?
No, you would bite it and then scoop the Garri. They'll meet in your
baby, that's too much for me. Can we keep it simple? Are you a yellow Garri or a white Garri smoker?
mouth. I'm a white Garri smoker. I'm a yellow Garri when it's ever.
Do you know anyone that drinks yellow Garri,
Yeah, I drink yellow Garri.
but you prefer white?
I prefer white. White is better for drinking.
All right, looks like we're handy white.
Are we doing this right now?
We're doing this right now.
Right now.
Right now, right now.
Right now, nigga.
So,
Right now, nigga.
normally, what do you put in your Garri?
Granite, sugar. Granite and sugar, simple. But if there's no granite, I use sugar and milk. But if there's no sugar and milk, I use salt.
Salt.
Yeah. Gives it a little kick.
Is salt a thing too?
Yeah.
You said it gives it a kick?
It gives it a kick.
No, baby. I don't know what kick. That sounds like a kick of suffering.
It gives it a kick. He's suffering, of course.
No, Garri's not a suffering food. It's not a food of suffering.
it's suffering when there's no sugar. I mean, for you to drink Garri without sugar, it's red.
Wait, why are people drinking Garri without sugar?
Because it's red. There's nothing in the house. Only Garri.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, in this house we have sugar,
Amen.
and in this house we have milk.
So now I'm just gauging. I don't drink Garri with ice block. I don't know what this ice is doing here.
It's for aesthetic.
It's too.
Aesthetic
First of all, it's too big.
That looks like club ice. That looks like you're supposed to have
Exactly.
bottles on the table.
Like
Let me not name any club here, Sha. But yeah, I don't drink Garri with ice in it.
I don't know if I should put milk in this thing because there's granules.
Feel free, man. Be yourself.
It's going to be.
I
too
think
much.
you can learn a lot about somebody based on like how they smoke Garri.
Really?
Yep.
Ha, is that a thing?
Damn, this
Pot. Smoking. Oh, I thought this was actually silver.
am I in trouble?
What's that?
Oh, ASMR. It's not sounding. Anyways. Okay, so fam, Ycee, thank you for obliging me. You're my first ever guest, and I feel like it's super, super sentimental that you're my first ever guest.
Yes.
Because let me not miss yarn. I think you're like one of my first like blown friends.
Yeah.
Or like the first.
Do you remember the first day you came to the office and we played a prank on you?
Oh yeah. Oh no. Don't embarrass me like that. That was 4 years ago. Okay, babes have grown.
So we had this office and there were intercom telephones in the office. And there was one in the studio and there was one in the reception. So we called the reception phone from the studio and actually acted like we were trying to book one of the artists on the label. I just picked up the phone and we told her to play along and act like she was the receptionist.
That was the beginning of my artist management dreams.
Yeah, and we were like, okay, just talk to them. Just tell them this is how much we charge. You know, they're trying to book this artist for this and that and this and that. And she didn't know they were just calling her from the next room.
I was there trying to really book an artist, book a client to book in for a show.
Yeah,
And I was like, damn, how
So
much
were
do
you-
I charge? Like,
Were you testing her?
we were just.
it's not
we were
even
just
test. They were
fucking
trying to be
around.
funny, like on some punked, like prank type of pee. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is not how you welcome someone into the country. I think I had landed in Nigeria that day, and went from there to his office. Yeah, but like I said, you can't use me to cash cruise in 2021.
Yeah,
feel like I would know.
you.
Now my eyes are sharp. How do you say that in pigeon?
Yeah, I don't tear.
My eye don't tear.
Yeah, I don't tear. You see your pigeons?
Bro, they try to play me. I be going to the market and I be negotiating like, you know, I'm a Lagos local. So
You said negotiating. Who negotiates in the markets, please?
what is
You
it called?
price.
Okay, my pigeon is not that street
It's
yet.
it's just knowledge, man. You
Anyway,
just
shut up.
price.
So my good man, what's in your Garri today? I didn't see what you put inside.
I have here a compound mixture of cassava processed into Garri.
You can push your mic back.
Can I?
I think so. Can he?
Yes. Push
Okay.
back. Processed into Garri of the Ijebu nature, of which traditionally I'm a Ijebu boy. I'm a Ijebu man
Okay.
of Yoruba origin. And I have some granite. I think I'm going to add more.
The granite to Garri ratio is deep, man. It looks like there's more granite than Garri.
No. I feel like there's more Garri in there.
That's too much. This is going to be a random question. Do you put like every spoon of Garri that enters your mouth, does it have to be granite on it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I thought that was like an OCD thing, but okay.
Nah, if you're going to put granite in there, you put the G nuts.
I need you to put water so before my joint soaks too much.
Just put ice in there so it doesn't.
I'm not putting that club ice inside my Garri.
But it's gonna help
it's
stop
gonna
it from
melt.
soaking. Yeah.
It's gonna get too cold. I don't like ice cold.
Ah.
Are you agreeing with me, Ayo? That you agree or you
If
disagree?
the
to
water
cold
was
Garri?
ice cold, bro, I think I'm gonna
It's
put
not ice cream.
I think I'm gonna put ice just to make it.
It's lit. So I'm waiting for you so we can take our first bite together. I feel like this is like sacred, cause you can't just smoke Garri with anyone. You smoke Garri with your day ones.
I swear.
You know.
That's facts. Can you help me hold it?
See this club ice is not working. You see that? Look at that. Bam.
It's supposed to be. If it was smaller, I would have just. My Garri's already soaked.
Mine is soaked too.
It's gonna be like ice cream.
This don't need more sugar, bro. This don't need more sugar. Anyway, so let's start. Even though we were supposed to have started already. So, we are starting late. But hey, that's Lagos way, right? So I was on my way to the studio. And I was passing somewhere in Lekki. I don't remember the place. Yo, you know how they hawk stuff in the street? Somebody was hawking passport photograph in Lekki. So he was knocking on my windows like, are you going to the embassy? Are you going to the embassy? Are you going to the embassy? I said, which embassy is in Lekki? I assume that
BFS.
today's the first day I'm knowing that.
Really?
Yeah, so he was like, are you going to the embassy? I'm looking at him like, what are you talking about? What embassy? So obviously I didn't answer him. So we kept going. So I asked my the taxi driver, like, yo, is there an embassy around here? He said, yeah, sure. And he told me the embassy. And I was like, the irony that they're hawking passport photograph the day that they've increased the price of petrol to 212 naira. They are selling their market. People are going to try and leave this country. So when I saw that, I was just thinking, and I was like, this is really depressing. Because I had never seen them hawk passport photographing like they're hawking water.
They're trying to get you to come and take your passport.
I've never seen that. So that kind of put things into perspective for me. Like, damn, These people are really about to make money this season. So people that help with passport photograph, they're gonna make money. Who else is gonna make money? Who else is needed in the escape Nigeria process?
The agents.
Okay, agents are gonna make money. Maybe people that help you like apply for
Test centers as well.
testing centers.
Yeah, for COVID.
Right, they're gonna make money. Who else? This is big
That's
business.
one reason
So
why I haven't even traveled recently. It's just getting
Why?
that test.
the COVID test.
Because I know I don't have it.
Okay.
And it's like every time I've done the test and it's come back negative, I feel like it's a waste of money.
But why?
I mean, it would be fun to just get my money's worth
And just have it, just to be
and
like,
just have it and just be
that
like,
50K
okay.
didn't go to waste.
Yes.
I'm sick. I feel like it'd be nerve wracking, like if you were going to test for an STD. I feel like that's how I would look at it. Like, dang, if I come back positive,
Oh,
like
man. Oh,
I'd be
man.
depressed. Are you about to say a story? Did it trigger you?
The ice block, the area around the ice block is cold.
Do you have sensitive teeth?
No?
Okay.
I just enjoyed the taste. Like, it was like, it's cool.
You see, Gary's a delicacy. They be trying to play Gary. So,
This is actually my first meal of the day.
same
So,
cheese. Gary, who's a commercial seller of Gary? Please sponsor us. But
Garri no get advert.
there's like packaged Gary in the supermarket now.
They know they advertise them.
Oh, it doesn't need advertising. Is that blown?
Who even buys Garri from the supermarket?
Don't do that. I don't, but I'm sure there are people that do.
Why?
Because they don't want to go to the market and buy it.
I'm sorry.
Facts. So I see.
Yo.
Where should we start?
You can start anytime.
Should we pick up the fan?
We should pick up the fans. Do you want to pick up the first fan or should I pick up the first pan?
I've already picked up the fan.
As per your blown. Let's go.
This reminds me of my childhood because we used to have a shitload of these. Oh, sorry. We used to have a shitload of these in my house because my mom's from Delta and I grew up with my mom's family. So we would have these until it would be ripping off. Like, I would strip it down.
It's an
'Cause-
extreme sport trying to find these fans in Lagos now.
Really?
Every time I find one of those men that sell the fans, I have to like beg people like, yo, stop that guy, as if he's like a thief. Stop that man, stop him. I need him. And then I like buy as many as possible off of him because
So how many do you have?
I feel like I have over 20. I don't know if it's up to 30,
Wow.
but up to 20. So, what's the first topic?
Got to clear my throat for this one.
Drum roll, please.
Hey, Jay-Z's net worth jumps up by 40% to $1.4 billion. I think I will take this fan home for good luck.
For good luck, as for
good
Jay-Z's
luck.
name is on the
Hey,
back of it.
Jay-Z's net worth jumps. My net worth don't be doing nothing. It
Shout
don't
out
be
to-
jumping.
Shout out to Nigeria. Do we even calculate net worth in Nigeria?
Well, on Google they say I'm worth $1.5 million.
Dollars?
Yeah.
Boy, come here, jump
Yeah,
Can you
that's what
pay
I
my
said.
rent?
How much?
Don't worry, we'll talk off the pod.
Okay.
$1.5 million?
It's not like I have it to. It's just
No, but like assets and maybe your masters. Could be worth that.
my master's definitely. My master's should be worth more than 1.5 million
Off juice alone?
of juice alone.
Juice, Jagaban.
Yeah, Jagabano, Malaji, Your Love, Juice Remix,
That's crazy.
LMV.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Okay, so for whatever reason, I think because I don't live in Nigeria anymore, I'm not about to cap. News that originates from my former country of residence, it don't be touching me as much. But I mean, I'm happy for Jay-Z. That money not touching my account. It's not touching my family's account.
J Baba, Jiga. Heavy.
Biggie.
He
Baby.
getting money, yo.
Bro. But I don't know. I mean, it was the reason why this newest increase in net worth happened because he sold title or either a major stake in title to Twitter. So shout out to Jack.
I heard about these guys that own Hennessy. Is it LVMH?
Yeah.
They're trying to buy a stake in Ace of Spades.
I think they already bought it.
They bought 50% of the champagne company.
Well, I'm not Beyonce. I'm not Blue Ivy. I'm not Sir. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not directly
Ogogoro
benefiting.
business.
Ogogoro.
Yeah.
What is that?
You don't know Ogogoro?
Is that the?
You know Shekpe?
I hear these words, but I don't know what they mean.
You know Pancreon?
I don't know that.
But you know
Shaq,
Ace of
the
Spades.
be shout. Yeah.
You know NSC.
Of course.
You know Jameson.
So are those the Nigerian like?
These are our
names
own
for
homegrown spirits. Ogogoro.
what? So what do you think the net worth of Ogogoro is?
It's paid in blood.
I'm scared.
So wait,
I'm
is
scared.
it like wine?
It's not
Is it-
wine.
is it
It's
spirit?
it's like
Is it the
gin.
drinks that be in the sachet?
Those ones are the ones that have brands on it. These
So
ones
Ogogoro is
are-
without. It doesn't need advertising as well.
Doesn't need Ogogoro is just you buy Ogogoro and there's no label on it. It comes in. It could come in this bottle.
So I'm not going to even.
It's like
ask.
moonshine.
Oh, see now I understand what you're saying. Okay, moonshine. It's Nigeria's version of moonshine. Anyway, Sha, so Jay-Z has sold his own moonshine, 50% stake. Like I said, Jack, who's been down with us since NSARS, decided to, purchase a major stake in Tidal. I think the only thing for me is that now Twitter's gonna have like music integration, which is cool. All the other apps have music integration: Instagram, TikTok, Triller. But again, Twitter doesn't have some type of music function or integration in the
I
app.
think since they got that little story feature thing going, they could make use of that through Tidal or whatever.
It's just gonna be more competition, more music, I guess, more avenue for artists to be able to promote their music on Twitter and whatnot. But I mean, shout out to Jay-Z. He's helping the content creators and the artists. Like I said, it's
Shout
not
out
touching
to
my
Jiga,
account.
oh, Baba Beyonce, Baba
Baba
Blue,
Beyonce, Baba Sir, and Rumi. Is her name Rue or Rumi Carter or something?
Rumi,
Rumi, who's that?
Her twins,
twins.
Beyonce's children.
Let me find
You can Google, but shout out to them because they're the ones that are going to benefit the most. And apparently, all the stakeholders in got 8.9 million. So that's more money that's not touching my account. But like, shout out to Rihanna and
Rumi and Sir.
facts. Okay. Well, Jay-Z, please invest in Nigeria.
Jay-Z, I like your boy.
Wait, does
Wait,
Jay-Z
wait, time.
is Rock Nation in Niger?
Their hats are.
You said their hats.
Are.
What does that mean?
I mean, you know their hats are.
Like their merch?
No, it's like it's an industry joke.
Oh,
basically.
I'm not industry, so I wouldn't know. Talk to me.
You know, there's this hat that Rock Nation people wear. It's like a paper plane with stripes on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so once in a while you see
You
people
see
wearing
somebody
the
wearing the hat. Oh,
and you think like they're from
facts.
Rock Nation, but they only got the hat, so it's like
Oh, makes sense.
they ain't really Rock Nation.
Makes sense.
Like
So
that.
Rock Nation, holler at us. There's artists that
Not the hats wearing guys, though. The real Rock Nation.
So you're shading the. I'm not gonna follow you to shade anybody because before they come and blacklist this podcast. But yeah. So, Jay-Z, congratulations. Next topic. Dun 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 dun. During the NSARS protest, the Oba of Lagos, his palace was raided. Apparently, $2 million and
Money,
17
money,
million
money.
naira in cash was stolen from his palace.
Uche Heisenberg.
I'm just trying to understand why. Actually, there's nothing to understand because this is not new. Obscene amounts of liquid cash in people's houses is not new, so I'm not really shocked.
Could you pass me the sugar, please?
I can pass you the sugar, sir. Is my accent? Is our British
No,
accent?
it's not. It's not actually. I'm sorry to break it to you, darling. It's not.
Wow,
It's not.
wow. Can you teach me how to have one?
Sorry?
Like how do you like when you hear non-British people attempt a British accent?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me see if you hear a lovely British accent on the pod, that's because it's my beautiful producer, Temi. So
Hey.
tell me, people that don't have British accents.
Yeah. Can I spot them out straight away?
Not can you
Like,
spot
if
them out. How
they're-
do you feel when you see non-British people imitating British accents? There's people that used to like.
avoid. It's just.
There's people that like clown us. Those of us that are not from the United Kingdom.
I always do an American accent.
Can you do one right now? Am I putting you on the spot?
Yeah, you are.
Feel free.
You can only do it. It only comes out in certain situations.
Okay. Okay. Don't worry. I'll catch you one day.
Yeah.
I'll catch you one day. But yeah, back to the Oba saying that they stole money from his. I don't think they stole. I think they took back what is rightfully theirs. They're just forming Peter Pan, or is it Robin Hood? Which one is steal from the rich and give to the poor?
Robin Hood.
Oba of Lagos, what's your take? His $2 million.
Reminds me of Breaking Bad.
I've actually not watched that show. I think I tried to start watching it and then I just never finished. So
I actually just
correlate.
finished it.
Okay, correlate. How does the two correlate?
So basically, this guy, Walter White, he finds out he has cancer. He's a high school chemistry teacher, and he uses all his chemistry knowledge to cook meth. And by the end of the show, he has liquid cash of like $11 million.
Yikes. Spoiler alert. Spoiler
that's
alert.
That's not even the biggest spoiler. It's a roller coaster of a show. But I mean, having that much liquid cash is just like, that's like drug money.
But at least, okay, this is a wild take. At least he earned it. I have not watched the show, but at least he earned it. He didn't steal
Earned it off of dealing drugs.
Okay, if we're talking about the morality part, that's separate. But at least at the end of the day, he made the money, right?
Yeah.
This Oba that has $2 million cash in his, his house.
Maybe he's the person that's been buying Walter White's supply of drugs. I don't know.
I pray.
It's like, well, is it not the same Nigeria that they saw 36 million? I'd be how much did they see in Ikoyi?
That's why I said it's not shocking.
It's not new, man.
I feel like people are going to take what's rightfully theirs, that has been stolen from them, and hopefully, I pray that they, spread it amongst their people.
But the funny thing is, like, the Oba of Lagos, he's not the only Oba in Lagos. There's a palace in Elegushi, there's a palace in Ikate, there's a palace in Oniru. Those palaces didn't get raided.
Oh, wait.
It's the Oba of Lagos.
Oh,
yeah.
We didn't specify which community. Sorry, is it broken into what?
There's little regions.
So we don't even know which Obas.
No, this is the Oba of Lagos. He's supposed to be like the head or something.
So he's the Oba of the Obas.
Yeah, I guess so. But it definitely speaks volumes as to why his palace was raided and none of the other palaces were raided.
So do you think it's an inside job? Like
I mean, it's people that knew that there was money. Obviously, there's gonna be people that have that knowledge that there's that money there. So all they needed was just that whole, system of chaos to come into play, and then just whisper into somebody's ear, money day that so place. So, and that's all they took.
I don't feel bad. I don't know if I'm supposed to care. I don't care. More power to them. Them people is $2 million richer. I don't know what they're gonna use the $2 million for. Like I said, this money's not touching my account from Jay-Z and his 1.4 billion
Jay-Z
to these
to
people and their
Lagos,
2 million. It's
like,
not touching me. So
I think they should let people know when they're going on these raids. If you have the mind to raid the Anoba's palace, because some of us need money. Like
RC, do you need money?
Everybody needs money, man. Too much money and enough money.
Some people need more money than others. Actually, no. In Lagos, in Nigeria, we all need this money.
We all need
Everybody.
money. Everybody needs money, apart from the rich people.
Tell me, do you need money?
Yes.
You need money?
Is that a trick question?
Depends.
You ask anybody in this
Uncle
street.
Kenny, do you need money?
If you ask anybody in this full street, not just this building, the whole street, in fact, within a 500-mile radius, if you ask anybody if they need money, the answer is going to be yes.
Bro, they're about to double my light bill. And I'm contemplating whether, like, if I should go and, like, ask my landlord, can I, like, be cutting grass? Or, like, can I be taking out the trash in exchange for, like, keeping my light bill the same?
You can hack it.
Is that illegal to start saying on this?
Yes,
What do you mean?
it's illegal.
Well, like cutting your wire and, like, connecting it somewhere?
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Before the day they'll catch us and then...
You could still be paying, like, a certain amount, but just to, like, not let them know what you've done.
That sounds too. I can't do that.
And you could just do it for everybody in your building. So when they come, they don't know who did what.
Look how you're promoting. You know, this is Nigeria. You know, do whatever you want. Do what
Well,
you need
be
to do to
streets.
survive.
Everybody in the streets. Even you self in the streets.
Low key,
Uh-huh.
low
So,
key, low key, low
They
key.
want to create something. Are they giving reasons for the increment?
They never give valid reasons.
So let's run this P. I have a guy. I would have done it in my own estate, but you know, my neighbors, everybody's forming neighbor mind your business, so I can't help them. But
But this is a normal thing though. People switching their light, like cutting.
yeah, it happens.
Well, this podcast does not promote illegal activity, but do what you got to do to survive. And if that means cutting
Don't
your
get
light,
caught. That's the cocoa.
well, the
Do what
cocoa,
you gotta do.
the chocolate, the Milo, just make sure you don't get caught. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Next topic.
This one is quite a heated topic.
Okay.
I mean, it's already been here. So Zikoko magazine.
Oh.
Backlash after calling Jesus a fictional character. Dun dun dun.
So do you know were you online when that happened?
I've been spending a lot of time off Twitter these days.
I trust you.
Yeah, but I heard about it. I saw a lot of people saying, there are people tweeting that, there's historical facts that show that Jesus, not even just religious texts, there's historical texts that show the existence of Jesus. And I don't know. Shout out to Zikoko. They have a lot of entertaining content. I read some of their stuff. I take some of their quizzes in my free time, but I don't know what they're playing at with this one. Maybe they were trying to be controversial or whatnot, but I feel like in the Nigerian climate, religion is something that is a hill that people are willing to die on, literally. So, Christianity, Islam, even traditional means of worship, anything like that, I advise people to just stay clear. If you're not worshiping, just leave people to do whatever they see fit, as long as it's not human sacrifice.
Okay, so you are against the fact that they
I'm against the
aired
fact that they published that.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it's not like, aside the fact that I have Christian background, there's a million and one things they could have published aside that story.
Okay.
It's like, why? What were they? What was the reason behind them? Coming out to say Jesus Christ is a fictional character. Like, if I don't want to say
But
this,
Zikoko didn't say it.
What did they
I
say?
didn't watch the video, but I think it was somebody who was airing on their video that said it.
Platform.
Yeah, that was on their platform that said it. Like, if I was to do I think the platform is called Nigeria Talks or Nigerians Talk or something, and like I guess they invite different people to talk on different topics. So it wasn't like the Zikoko platform published this. It was an individual who came on their show and aired their opinion and their view on the topic.
Now okay. It's now a bit tricky, because first of all, what that does is it takes away a lot of the blame from Zikoko.
Right.
And if it was an individual's opinion, then personally I think that's, I won't want to say it's a flawed opinion. I just feel like, if, say for example, I don't know how to put this, and I really don't want to say this, but I might say it.
Okay.
Imagine if someone came out to say Muhammad was a fictional character.
Okay.
It would be treated with more backlash, because we know it's like Muslims don't play when it comes to their religion and stuff like that.
Okay.
But with Christianity, over the years, it's always been this whole vibe of turn the other cheek when Christians are, I don't want to say attacked, but most times when they are attacked, or when any form of worship or anything they hold there is being attacked, I don't know, I don't see any reason why someone would just wake up and say that, unless that person is an atheist. And it's just long.
Right.
It's long.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Amen. 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 Okay. So I think the only sin that person committed is the fact that they said it on Nigerian soil.
Yeah.
That's my overarching statement concerning the whole thing. It's interesting how you said that like you don't know why Z Coco, and your sentiment is not just you alone. Like many people, I saw many people say this, but why would Z Coco agree to post that quote unquote like controversial topic or allow that controversial statement to be aired? But like Z Coco's brand is to be pushing the envelope with the content that they publish anyway. Like I'm signed up to their email list, and every morning I get headlines in my inbox telling me the type of topics. Bro, you have Z Coco March 8th. I met my husband while whoring through Lagos.
I mean,
10 o'clock this morning, we fell in love while cheating with each other. Like
how
Z
else
Coco
are you
is
supposed to
known.
meet your husband?
That's a different conversation. That's not what we're doing here today. No sir, no sir. But yeah, like it's not today that Z Coco has like published
But that's
controversial
like
topics.
controversial topics differ, especially when it comes to religion. Like, just we know how. Like, we were literally just talking about how on my way here, I saw there was a mosque, and outside the mosque they blocked off half of the road for
Right.
people that wanted to say their Friday prayers. And in my head, I was just like, religion is going to kill us in this country, and then we have a situation like this. And it's just the same thing. It's like people don't joke with their religion,
Right.
especially Nigerians.
Okay,
So
I have a question. I'm Christian, okay? I'm Christian, okay? I believe in Jesus. I believe that Jesus died for my sins. I believe in that full with like 10 toes, stomp my 2 Doc
Praise
Martens on
the
the
Lord,
floor.
hallelujah.
Now, is what the person said harmful to you, to people that identify as a Christian? Is the objective statement harmful to you as a Christian?
hell no.
Okay.
Like, if you are firmly, deeply rooted in your belief that Jesus Christ came down to die for your sins, like you don't. I don't believe that it's what somebody's individual opinion that's going to shake that
That
faith.
should sway your belief,
Yeah.
right? And then another question is, I think someone would ask, is that did they say that Jesus was a fictional character, period, or a fictional character, or are they questioning Jesus's authenticity based on like what we believe that he did? Because yes, there's historical context that like someone who was named the name of Jesus like walked the earth, right? But then there could be the contention of like, okay, did he really die? Like, did he really rise up on the
Did he
third
turn
day?
water to wine?
Did he turn water to wine? Did he really heal, the woman of, internal bleeding? Did he, raise Lazarus from the dead? Like, I think there's a distinction between was Jesus fake, period, or like was what he was doing not real? Because you can argue that there's a historical context that he's a human being, like he's a actual human that was born, walked the earth for 33 years before he died. And then there's people that don't believe in Christianity, or who aren't Christian, don't believe in the doctrines of Christianity, that as much as I'm a Christian, I can understand that there are people that are allowed to not believe that. It has nothing to do with my salvation. It has nothing to do with me talking about Christianity to other people. So why is it that Christians would agree to direct their energy towards someone's opinion like that when it's not harming us? It doesn't reduce who he is to those of us that believe in
That's
him.
deep.
That's how I was confused. And at first I was like, well, if I say this, will it be taken out of context in a country like Nigeria? Because I mean, we're recording in this wretched country right now, like we're in Lagos. But
I promise you, there's somebody somewhere that's going to find something out of all you said.
this is
and
why creating
it's
content
just
is
going
not
to
even fun no more.
find one way to feel offended. And whoever that person is, I know you're going to be listening right now. Sorry in advance, but
The person supports you now because you're against the fact that they posted something like that. I'm indifferent.
I just feel like they should have thought about the consequences. But like you
But
said,
isn't that
Zikoko
stifling
is
free speech?
They should have just stuck to the whoring and the cheating.
Okay,
and
what
the
if okay, let's
divorcing
take
and
okay,
the-
I'm someone who's a Christian, right? I don't want to read about whoring in Lagos.
Then don't read.
So why couldn't we Christians unlook that video? if we're supposed to say, okay, if they're talking about,
we're in the age of backlash, people are always gonna find something to, be butthurt about. So it's like,
I find it interesting, like, why this. Okay, so I think no matter your religious background, no matter where you come, like, no matter what you identify, a very underlying theme in this country is like people lack empathy, and people lack like being able to understand things through like deeper context. Like, people here will be very book smart and they can be street smart, but like when it comes to like emotions or like trying to
emotional
comprehend things with
intelligence,
nuance, like
zero.
it's like low.
Zero.
I wonder if like Christians think like, yo, the same way that they want us to be angry when someone says something wild like this, right? Is the same way that people who aren't Christian look at us when we're preaching on the bus at 5 a.m. in the morning shouting.
Oh my!
Or when we're ding 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 with bell up and down, right?
That bus one, I used to experience that when I was still going to school in Unilag. And it's just, imagine after a long day of being in class and not learning one single thing, and on the bus ride home, you're thinking about how you're going to pass your exam when there's nothing in your head. And the next thing you just hear is, hello, good afternoon, my brothers and sisters on this bus. I wish you all a safe journey from where you're going to and where you're coming from. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah.
Ha!
And it's unprovoked.
And in my mind, I'll just be
disclaimer,
like,
no trigger warning, no nothing. It's just bam.
It's just, and it's usually when the bus is already full. You're at that point of the journey where there's no close bus stop, there's no coming down or going. You're stuck on that bus.
They've mastered it.
And then somebody will just stand up and just twirl and just hang on and just be like, bro. Nah, man. It's like, there are very inconsiderate preachers. And a lot of them, when you speak of things like this, they always want to talk about how you have mosques that have these big speakers that are calling for prayer and all that. But it's different. It's like, it's very inconsiderate when you have people preaching at like early in the morning when people are getting ready to go to work.
But that could be their conviction to be like, yo, as we're going and coming. Because, for example, like bus accidents are like commonplace in Nigeria. Excuse me. I do not have COVID. But bus accidents are common, right?
Yeah.
So, and maybe it's Nollywood that has made my brain like this, but like you'll see them traveling from let me use my state. So from Imo State to Lagos, long, overnight bus or like all day bus. They want to pray and, commit the journey into God's hands before we start going.
You could do that before you go.
But they want to do it for everybody. They want to impose on it. They want God's blessings to be on everybody.
I've already said my prayer?
What's that song? Everything na double. It's double blessing. What do you mean?
Pray or pray. Make I pray my pray.
I like that. But yeah, I think I was skeptical about talking about this because I'm like, okay, as a Christian who's openly Christian, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that, sometimes me and God be like, God, what's up? Should I be offended that this person said that Jesus is fake? And I'm not offended. I'm indifferent because I'm like, I think the way I would attack would be like, okay, the person that said it, not the publication, because Zikoko's not church, and I don't believe they're a faith-based organization. I pray for the person. I'll pray for the individual that said it in my prayer closet. Like, God, I don't know why this person believes that your son is, not a real person, but like, heal their heart, or if I believe that maybe they think he's fake. They think that Jesus is fake based on personal experience or, life or whatever upbringing and stuff. As a Christian, I could take prerogative and be like, I want to pray for this person, but not go and like be dragging the whole of Zikoko down when Zikoko's burden is not to convert anybody. It's not a religious publication. It's not faith based.
Yeah. I feel you.
Anyway, Sha, the person's crime was that they said it in Nigeria. Assuming they said it in a more progressive country, there would not be that. Like,
it would have been an open for conversation type thing.
Exactly. Like, nobody, at least like the conversation, because I've seen this thing. Like, there's these series on YouTube where they'll bring people from opposing sides of like a topic, and they'll put them in a room and they'll ask them like, what is your stance on this? And then they'll like make people go to like either side, like this side is for, this side is against. Then once they've separated the people, they'll now allow people to come to the center and like calmly and amicably explain their points. No insults, no shouting, no belittling anybody's position and stuff. But here we have people saying, all
your
type
papa, your mama.
Yeah, your daddy, your everything. Like, it doesn't make sense. But Anyway, Sha, it's a religion is really oppressive. Like all the religions, not all the religions, but the two major religions that are like embedded even in our constitution. There's like religious stuff in our constitution, right?
I don't even know what's in the
I haven't read that. Let me
constitution.
not miss yarn. But Islam and Christianity are the two major religions, and they're so embedded in our society that even if you don't practice either,
You're going to come
I'm
across them.
triggered. I'm triggered right now.
Yeah.
In NYSC camp, they used to make us do like wake up 4 in the morning, go bathe, wear your khaki or your white. Then we have to go to prayers at the prayer. We have to go to the parade ground, and then we'll be praying, and they would make everyone go, even like Muslims. And I'm like, but that's not fair.
That's contradictory.
How's that contradictory?
No, I did. I did. I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, so instead of contradictory, what's a word you would like to replace it with?
That's just inconsiderate.
I think it's inconsiderate. As much as I believe, like, according to the Bible, like, we're supposed to share the gospel with everybody. But that's like like, we don't have enough time to discuss this thing, Sha, but I can sit here and talk about this thing for hours.
But when I was in secondary school, I must say, in Nigerian Navy on our parade ground, they used to.
Oh, you're a Navy baby?
Yeah,
Okay.
they used to have Christian prayers, and then would have Muslim prayers.
And the Christians will have to engage in the Muslim prayers.
No, you don't. You just stand there. When the Muslims are praying, they just, they say like a surah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. That's how I learned it. Because I never really went to mosque, even though my dad was an Alaji. So for me, it was.
I want to ask something.
It was a welcome experience because that was my first contact with Islam, and it's coming from a background where I wasn't allowed to go to the mosque, even though some part of me wanted to go, but it was just calm. It was a calm thing. It was something I used to look forward to in a way because most times when they're saying the Christian prayers, it used to be a little bit too much for me. Cause it's just like
Why?
in Jesus' name.
They will backlash you for not saying it
I'm
correctly.
Catholic, so it's like I'm used to calm praying and
Okay, not
so-
Pentecostal.
yeah, it used to be a lot. So
Right.
I used to in a way look forward to the calm. Regime. Yeah, no.
I have a question.
Well, go on.
Don't think I'm corny. Okay, nobody in this room should think I'm corny. Okay, so your dad, rest in peace, his soul.
Yeah.
Is that where the lyric "Who's your daddy"? Is he a chairman or is he an Alaji? Is that where that came from?
Yeah, it's an Omo Alaji something. Omo Alaji.
Because your dad was one.
Yeah.
My mind is like,
A lot of people don't actually know. Like he was an actual Alaji.
what does that mean for those of us that?
He went
I'm
to
not familiar.
Mecca, and as far as I know, he went to Mecca and he earned the title. So yeah, there's Muslims that are not Alajis, but he was one, as best of my knowledge.
This is what they need to be teaching in school, so we can have an understanding of like the people around us and the different things that make up Nigeria. Not freaking the first person that learned how to drive. What's this type of stuff they teach in social studies in Nigerian secondary school? It be dumb stuff.
Bruh, I can't remember.
You said what? Why are we learning about the first man? It wasn't us. It was a white man. It wasn't Nigerian. So why do we need to know about that?
I'll teach you about the person that composed the national anthem.
That I heard is that I heard
the
he's
person
poor.
that designed the national flag.
I heard the guy's poor. That he doesn't even like. You would think that someone who did something like that would be like stinkingly rich, and he's not. He doesn't have. Well,
You should be paying is there royalties on the national anthem?
there definitely needs to be royalties and publishing on the national anthem. Straight. Is it on iTunes? Is the national anthem on
sang it?
Spotify?
Who sang it?
Oh,
Who sang it?
no, but respect definitely needs to be put on his name. I forgot what his name was. I feel very like
I don't even know.
un-Nigerian right now.
The anthem.
Is it two separate people?
Yeah, it's two separate people.
Well, this
At
is not a
least
history class, guys.
I know they're two separate people, so yay me.
Sure. Anyways, please be mindful of what you say in this country. You can't get arrested. You can't be canceled. All that good stuff. Have they tried canceling you before?
A lot of times.
What's the most recent one?
When I defended MI.
What happened with Emma?
I didn't defend MI particularly. I was just man, it was me coming out to say something against, I won't say against, but there's this lady, Ozia told me. So she picked a certain tweet that Emma.
I remember this. Okay.
Yeah. And they fully came for me. It was like there was a group chat and they went there to reconvene, and then there was a calculated plan. Yeah. Like after I thought the whole thing was over, and then there was Kiki Modi in my mentions. There was, a bunch of people like
powerful women in your mentions.
Yes. And
women of substance.
I was in London and I was confused and I was like, what's going on? Are they cancelling me?
Is this what canceling feels like?
Yo, and but then it was just funny because I knew where Emma was coming from.
I don't remember the context. I think it has to do with the underage girl.
It was Ev's
I don't want to get into that.
It was Ev's official and a Kanye West lyric. And this was during when she and Fada were sort of like cozying up to each other. And
wow.
She posted a picture. She posted a picture and MI tweeted and he responded to the post and it was like, Father, stretch my hands.
Mm-hmm.
And my point of view was like, Father DMW. But then they say, it's from a Kanye West song, and then they proceed to break down. They pulled up the whole.
So you don't see, but okay. Even though you were defending MI, which you have every right to do, you didn't see how the opposing side could find that to be problematic.
They finding it problematic was problematic,
but it was more than them who found it problematic.
It was. She was the one that pointed it out, and it was like everyone was saying. But when I saw that tweet, my mind didn't even go to the bleached asshole line until she pointed it out. I forgot
all about this until you just said this thing now.
So it's like, but they came for me, Sha, and I stood my ground. See,
I have a very different opinion, and maybe, it has to do with the fact that, like, uncomfortable comments made towards me who identifies as a woman, like, I would appreciate someone standing up. Well, I would appreciate, these people standing up to say, like, things that we could say 5 years ago that nobody would check. Like, people are checking them now. So I wasn't against them, sticking up, like,
I was
challenging that.
The only thing I came out to say was just because there were a lot of people that were pointing out to her how this isn't what this guy meant, and she still had the tweet up. And, I guess it wasn't my place to say. But
Twitter's a toxic place, and you have not been canceled. So
yay me.
The music gods are still upon you.
Yeah.
Let's do next topic. I think it's me.
It's me.
No, it's you. No, it's me.
It's you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me keep finding myself.
Okay, next topic is hustle culture.
Ha ha ha.
I can spend
get it by any means.
7 hours on this.
Do what you gotta do. Make I chop.
What is the context of this? This is a more general conversation, and I think someone like you would be perfect to have this conversation with, because I feel like this topic is very triggering to me, as someone who has moved to this country and try to hustle. You can hustle all you want and you still be broke, or you hustle and hustle and hustle and you still in the same position
just
because this country is a freaking destiny crusher.
Or you've been hustled.
Damn! Look at that angle. I didn't even think of that. I think I would ask you, right? Because this is not an interview. Because I have no desire to, interview like you on radio. You hustling, like your whole career has been like hustling, right? Yeah. When did you feel like, okay, this hustle has been worth it, and I finally made it? That makes sense. Can you remember when that point happened to you?
I think sometime in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. When I finally moved into my own place. And yeah. In 2018. It just felt good. At least, leaving a label, not knowing, like when I left my previous employers, I didn't know what I was gonna do with myself. It was just like, there was some point where I was even asking myself, is this really what I want to do? And I did it and it paid off, and it was like, okay, I'm glad I did it.
Right.
So I think at some point, that's when the hustle felt rewarding.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely 2018.
Do you still feel like you're hustling now?
Yeah, I'm hustling now more than ever because it's like there's one thing I used to always say, but it's something I live now. There's always a higher level than the top. So it's like with every ground that you break, as long as you're still standing, you see that there's still more ground to be broken.
Right.
So it's like it's like until you retire. It's a hustle until you retire situation at this point.
That sounds depressing.
Yeah.
I do not want to hustle till I die. This country
No,
promotes
that's not
hustling
hustle.
until you
Hustle
die.
till you retire.
You will hustle till you kill yourself.
Hustle till you retire.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to say kill yourself. That's insensitive because it's super triggering because I actually thought about something.
Just think of a retirement date.
You can't retire in
towards
Nigeria. Like even the people that retire in Nigeria, they're still doing they're not even full. I don't even consider those people retired.
Man.
Because they'll still be doing
I know personally, I don't want to be making music until like a certain time because it's not something. It's not healthy. At least when you're young and you have the energy to take some bullshit, do it by all means. But the idea for me is to do it to a point where I wouldn't have to do it anymore,
right.
and the music will take care of me. So that's my own idea of retiring and maybe moving on to another hustle. But yeah.
Okay, so I want to say, I literally said 2 seconds ago, like you hustle until you kill yourself, and I want to actually retract that because it was super insensitive to say, especially there's something that just happened recently about somebody who they recently passed, and they passed in that way. I don't want to talk about it deeply because I don't understand the full context, but it just reminds me of like how people view hustling. So I want to read a tweet I saw this morning, right? And it said, this tweet is by Odun of Piggy Vest. She's like freaking awesome human being. But she tweeted something early this morning, and it says, in most places, you can usually say you'll work really hard, save, invest, do all the right things, and you'll make good, measurable progress. But here in this place meaning Nigeria, you can usually do all those things and end up remaining in the same exact position all your life. And that tweet is very triggering because it's exactly what it says. In a functioning society, you can say I'm going to hustle and get from point A to point B. When I get to point B, I'll hustle some more, get to point C, and then you can carve out goals for yourself, and then when you reach those goals, you'll feel accomplished. In this country, you will do A, B, C, D, E, F. You get to F. It feels like you're still at A. Okay? So I don't support any type of rhetoric that talks about, oh, you need a hustle. Remember that time when like it was in pop culture, like hustle, make you know something. Yeah. Make them know teeth your babe or something like that. Like that time when it was really, really popular. And we were making joke of it because, comedy is our number one coping mechanism in this country.
And guess what? We're still hustling.
And we still hustling. But think about it, like you hustle. You can't even see the fruit of your labor in this country, bro. Like how many hit songs will you have and you maybe still can't afford a house because like we don't have structure to get like residual income? How many jobs will you do? How many videos will you shoot? How many social media accounts will you run? And
how
then
many songs you want sing?
Baby, like I don't understand. Because if I think about it, the number of gigs I've done or the number of things I've done in this country since I moved here does not measure to the money that's in my account. So I'm hustling, but what are we hustling to or for? Because you hustle, let's say you save money. One accident, like one problem happened to you, that whole savings.
At this point, hustling should be termed a recreational activity.
Is it a recreational activity?
At this point, because you're just doing this, it's like going to the gym.
I mean, that one's self-day. But I don't know. I feel like we should stop using the word hustle because it's actually dangerous. And when I say dangerous, it's like if it affects your mental health. It affects
I'm
like
stop hustling now. I work now.
What's the difference between hustling and working?
Hustling feels like it's cutthroat.
Okay.
Working is like, I wake up in the morning, I spill some coffee in my mug, go to the studio, I sit down, open my laptop, I listen to some songs. I decide, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to drop this, bada bing, bada boom. I'm working. I don't want to be a hustler.
I think I will actually adopt that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm no longer hustling, I'm working, because
Yeah.
hustling definitely does have that like aggressive, like desperate
like,
undertone, like
you know.
by any means. Oh, if I
Yeah.
need to go and kill somebody, let me kill somebody. If I need to go and steal, let me steal. I have to do whatever it takes by any means, which is not necessarily wrong, but then it's not necessarily positive
Right,
either,
it's
because you
not
got
right.
people doing things they should not be doing, all in the name of hustling. So let's work. I came to work today. I'm gonna
Yeah.
work tomorrow.
I'm not going to hustle.
Oh,
like,
that
even the
content.
way you hustle, like even the word itself feels stressful. It's like hustle.
Ozu. Yeah. I don't know. Hustle culture is dangerous. And I'm not saying it like to be super super woke. I'm saying it in terms of like there are negative implications to you feeling like you have to hustle in a country where it's like everyone says, oh, like for example, Lagos is like, oh, we all moved to Lagos to hustle, or we do this to hustle, and it's like, baby, we hustling. You hustle, hustle, hustle. They still increase the freaking petrol to 212. The hustle I'm hustling can still not afford the petrol that they're raising the prices of, or the NEPA tariff, or the price of tomatoes, or the price of
Onions.
existing. Are onions expensive too right now?
Everything since the whole NSARS thing, I don't think prices have normalized, and that's another thing I don't like with Nigeria.
What don't you like about this country?
Once there's a minor hike in something, you can
It
never
never goes
hear.
down.
Yeah, it doesn't.
They've been saying that you go to the market, they tell you the price is like, why is this thing high? It said dollar don't increase. That dollar has never gone down. Well, true, the dollar has never gone down, but it's like I've never seen like prices normalize
After they go up,
after like everything has calmed down, the situation that caused the thing to spike has stopped.
they just keep it there.
And
Man, God, I don't even know if I don't.
I mean, I'm tired. I think this is the first time in my life where like since I moved to this country, I've questioned like, why am I really here? I lied. I've questioned this thing before, but like it's getting really like the frequency, maybe I'll do it like once a year. I'll have like a reflective like, okay, Jessica, why are you here? Then I'm like, okay, Jess, you know why you're here, you stay. But this one where it's like every couple of weeks, especially since that ends SARS, is like, okay, remind yourself why you're here again, because it don't make no sense. I understand I have privilege. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't have a way to leave, but I'm not trying to leave. That's the thing. I'm not trying to run away. But then there's a population that looks at me like, you stupid fool. No one's forcing you to stay here. You need to bounce.
If I'm wrong, let us know. So we'll follow you around. No.
How are they gonna follow us from? When did you get that tattoo?
These are all the tattoos on my right hand are old. This
Oh
is the
wow!
newest one.
Look at you, tatted up, shorty.
Yeah, don't know. I'm about to finish up my sleeve real soon.
Anybody in this room have tattoos?
Damn,
Wow.
we alone. We alone in the wild.
Wow. We need to convert you guys.
You need to get some needle on your skin.
ASAP.
I do want to
ASAP.
get one, but I just haven't decided what.
Oh, so you're like
That's
one of those people that has to like think really deeply and intently about what you're getting?
Yeah. It doesn't have
Dang.
to be meaningful. I just have to know that I will like it.
Right.
Like,
Would you be
for
open to
years.
getting a tattoo in Nigeria?
No.
What?
Like,
I caught
wouldn't.
you. Why not? Why not?
I just wouldn't trust.
All my
Just wouldn't
tattoos have been
trust
gotten in Africa. I said I got this one in Uganda. Everything else I've
And are
gotten in
they
Lagos.
skillful as well? Like, would they actually
Yeah,
do a
bro,
good job?
look at my skin.
I know when I first came here, people shoved that in my brain like, "Oh, you can't get a tattoo in Nigeria." I don't think that's fair to say anymore. There's actually
They're
they're
pretty
talented
decent,
tattoo
and
artists.
there's tattoo artists that
Okay.
In
fly
Nigeria.
into the country.
I think it's because my best friend's mum is a tattoo artist. And she's amazing.
Really? Is she
So I'm just
Nigerian?
like, no.
Oh, okay.
London.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. So I think I'm just like
Somebody's
waiting.
mommy.
Somebody's mother in Nigeria. What? In which generation?
No, but I think that okay, as much as this country's wretched, and I would never, ever, ever come here and be defending this country like, oh, this country's so great. There's a lot of things that I feel like we, especially those of us who like migrate from like diaspora back here, that we need to unlearn. Like, there are actually some talented people. It's always just like it's not going to be high quality. Now, granted, there's some low quality people that do low quality work in this country, but that's everywhere, right? But like in terms of tattoos and like piercing and stuff, there's actually like legit people that are. Look at how people have piercings in this country. Like it's
I wanna
nothing,
pierce
bro.
my nose.
But like,
You want to?
I've been thinking about it a lot, but then it's like
I think it was
a lot of people say once you do it, it's like it's for life. And
Is it for life? It
I
would
kind
heal.
of see it. Yeah, I can't imagine myself taking my one out. Like I've had it since I was, I think, 16.
Really?
I actually have two, and I can't imagine taking it out.
I'm-
And like having a hole just there, like nah.
when
Yeah.
it heals, I don't understand. If it heals, is it gonna be like it's gonna be a scar, right?
it's gonna be. Is
No,
it gonna
will
be like
just
your
a
ear?
hole. So like I have two, and I haven't put a ring in the
this-
other one for like maybe about 2 years, and it's just still just there. But
Does-
it's not noticeable though.
Right. I would. You should get like a fake stud and see how it looks.
I see. I'll wait till my mom goes back.
Oh, your mother's in town.
Yeah,
How does it like being with your mom?
I'm praying a lot more these days.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm praying that we.
Maybe she need to move in.
I know.
Why can't your mother move
I
into your house?
what? No.
Do you feel yourself like being like more behaved than normal? Like,
Yeah.
so you're not like out and about all wild in these streets.
I haven't been out. I can't remember the last time I was out.
But she knows you go out.
Yeah, but it's like I could be out when it's like 9:00. My phone starts going off.
Oh, a mother's love.
How is your mother's love? It's like it's cramping my style. I want to turn up, mama. I'll
Anyway,
be back
Shark.
before the curfew. Just chill.
Do you really come back for the? There's nothing like curfew. I'm
there's
sorry.
curfew.
There's no, there's not.
When there's people getting
no, there's
arrested.
not. I don't. That's no.
There's curfew. Just
I was
believe
here.
it.
I was here trying to form, a well-behaved citizen of the nation, right? I'd stop going. Like I will always be running home before it's 12. Running home before it's 12. I think like last week or like 2 weeks ago, I was out after the curfew, bruh. There was a checkpoint. They was bribing them. Like literally. There was this one guy, he was trying to make Muslim now, like, well, you're on the road this time, you're on the road this time. I literally saw this with my cuckoo two eyes. The guy, like, crumpled up money and, like, tried to give it to the guy. So the guy was swimming, you want to bribe me? He looked left, he looked right. He now collected the money and now said you can go. Then everybody, like, squeezed themselves, like, tried to pass before the guy now closed the demarcation again. There's nothing like no curfew. 200 naira, you safe.
I feel like when it
Maybe
comes
200
to
naira is too much.
No, when it comes to like being on the road after the curfew, it's non-existent. You can always sweet talk your way out of that.
Okay.
But if you are somewhere and they pull up,
Oh, that's a topic.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna do magic fingers. Pick up the next fan and tell me what you read. Unless I have it.
I'm gonna just pick up the next two. No, I don't have it.
Dang. You gonna find it though. I have it.
Okay.
So, police raid Cubana nightclub.
I was gonna
parade
talk
curfew
about it.
violators.
I was
in
gonna talk about it.
Lagos.
I was gonna talk about it. I got the inside scoop on this one.
Choppy.
I got the inside scoop.
Just me.
This one was bad because they
you
came
there?
in. What?
You were there?
No, me? Hell no. I'm in my house with my mama. They came
what's
in
up?
there. They booked a table. They ordered drinks.
As in the police?
The task force guys.
Were they on Mufti?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I heard.
Okay.
They came in there, they ordered drinks, and it's like they just told themselves it's time. And they just went, they closed the doors, and they just went to the DJ. Hey! Of that it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Imagine you doing best inside the club and like you see one random person like going to just gonna close the door, bam. Gonna close the thing, bam. You're like, what's going on? Whatever, keep doing your little, and then you just hear the like you hear the DJ scratch.
I don't even know if the DJ.
Okay, maybe he did. Maybe he
That
did
would be a very
scratch.
professional
Maybe,
DJ.
I watched many
Pick
movies.
up any DJ that task force goes to meet, and you actually bring it down in a non-chaotic manner. Big ups to you. They need to pay you more.
You're getting arrested.
Ladies and gentlemen, party people. Party people, you know what time it is,
Hey, what's
because we don't
poppin'?
know what time it is right now. We have some people here from the task force, so we are going to jail tonight.
So
They say
okay.
some people's phones were still in the club. They just took everybody out of there.
So okay, so there's a couple of things I want to like attack on this topic. So the first topic, let's take it back to December. Okay, so December I
They
ain't
would
go
have
out.
arrested me.
I was seeing picture like every day was like press release of newest group of people that they've arrested in the club.
I think they started in January.
It happened in December too,
I know. I was out in December.
like ending of December
I was out ending of December.
up till New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's I calmed down.
Okay, well you would know I didn't go out, but like I remember I saw a picture where I was like, what the heck is this? There were people that were dressed up like heels, Fashion Nova dress, or what's the Nigerian version of Fashion Nova? I don't know, but they were all dressed up and they were sitting on the ground in like the police station. I said, what is this? They now said like they raided like the clubs.
Club Victoria, I remember that one.
Oh, that was Club Victoria.
Yeah.
This one you have all the inside scoop. So when
yeah, you have to know what's up so you know where not to go.
but why don't y'all just not go? Wait, why don't
Where's
you
the
just
fun
not
in
go?
that? Where's the actual fun in just sitting in your house when you're awake at midnight? How many shows do you want to watch on Netflix? What's the fun in that? Go out there and risk
So
your
let's
life.
go risk our lives.
Yeah, how old you only live one.
For the sake of the bedu.
But the way the boss brain.
No bull. No bull. So it was funny because last week I saw one of my friends who's like a party promoter, right? And they were like, you haven't been out. I'm like, I haven't been out in like 2 years. Like even before COVID, I stopped going out. So he was like, so I was like, how do you guys survive it? Like, how do you guys still party, despite there being, curfew? And he was like, bro, they sort out these police, like they
Yeah.
sort police. Yeah. They're basically paying police to not do their job. Like everybody, so basically he was saying like if you see them raid a club, that's because the club didn't sort out the police. And I'm like, bro, so this thing that they're saying curfew because of COVID, it doesn't is the COVID I don't really understand it.
I feel like it's beyond COVID at this point.
It's not
I don't
even
know.
for
I think
COVID.
every man for themselves.
Yeah.
It's been like that since the beginning of this country. Okay, since 1960, probably even before that. But what I'm trying to say is that like it doesn't. Do you want the mic? You want to sing?
Since 1960,
come share your chops.
Why you? That's what I was singing.
Is that what you were singing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I think we don't operate like there's COVID in Nigeria anyway. So at this point, the curfew is just a money making mechanism.
I don't.
I think they stopped. I think that CDC still says the numbers. I don't think those numbers is real though, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah. I mean, you when you guys go to the club, do you wear masks?
To get in, yeah.
So you just use a mask as ticket of entry.
No, I feel like because there's normal spots that open and they close at like midnight. And I know for a fact that Bolivar, if you're going to Bolivar, you have to be in good health. You have to go there with a mask and be with your bubble.
Oh my, you people need to start showing negative COVID tests to enter the club.
That's deep now. How many tests do you want to test? How many tests do you want to do? So I'll be like, okay, I'm going to the club on Friday. Then 2 days
Test
before,
on Thursday
I'll go
night.
and stab my nose.
Oh yeah, I've never taken a COVID test. I don't know how
I'm
that
taking
operation
like
works.
7.
World traveler, that's why. Those of us that haven't seen airplane since
when I was
2019.
stuck in London and they kept moving when they wanted to open the airport and flights. Yeah.
So you have to keep paying for every single one?
Yeah. It was terrible. And it's like every time I go, I know I don't have this thing.
You stop saying it so like, I know. You don't know.
I know.
You could be asymptomatic.
I was isolating. It's like I've gotten one negative result and then the Nigerian government does some fuckery and then I have to go and get another negative result. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't doing anything.
I don't know if it's like if this is like broke people talk, but like I'm not traveling because of that. You know how like you want to order something online and like the bill like the total the cart will be like big like a large amount of money, but then you'll see the shipping and you're like, nah, this shipping is too much. I don't even care if that shipping is like $20. Like, nah, I'm not buying this stuff. That's how I feel with COVID tests. I will be like, okay, I'll buy the flight ticket. I could buy the flight ticket, but is that 50K COVID test I don't want to pay?
I think there should be cheaper ones. There's ones with like 30K and
Is
stuff.
it real?
I don't know.
Everything in this country, don't they have like fake everything? Is there nothing like fake
Yeah,
COVID test?
you could like Photoshop it.
I've heard people do that. Actually.
Yeah, a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
It is depressing to hear this. It's like you try your hardest to keep yourself safe, but it's like, what's the point? Like your neighbors doesn't care.
Yeah.
Your neighbor's neighbor doesn't care. So like,
I remember when there was people that the only thing I'm glad about COVID is now I don't have to shake people's hands unnecessarily. It's like everybody gets it chopped.
oh, or chop elbow, chop elbow. Come on. There we go.
Chop back, woo.
Boo. Shout out Dio.
So it's like, yeah, man. But it's just, I don't know. I just wish they could bring back shows because I want to perform.
But there's all these like small shows happening.
I don't want small show. I want big show.
As per your blown, sorry.
So-
You can't do 100% venue. It gotta be a stadium.
I could do 100.
It gotta be 10,000.
I could
Anything
do
less,
100.
don't call Ycee.
I could do 100 people or 200, like
Why can't you do 50 people, like of your intimate fans?
50. If it's 50, then there's gonna be 50 more people that want to be there.
I forgot who I'm speaking to. My bad. You're not an up and coming artist. Some of us are looking for just 20 people to come to our show. Meanwhile,
Why me? Shakira?
nah, but I think if Nigeria's gonna take America's route, America's like, for example, is it California or Texas? They're about to lift up no mask rule. Some places are about to open up their places as if COVID didn't happen, which is making me so angry. Because it's like all this devastation, all this calamity, all this chaos, and then you guys just wake up like, hey, no more masks. Hey, indoor seating or indoor dining. Hey, you can just behave as if COVID never happened. That's not fair because so many people have died. So many people have lost their jobs, their houses, their families, and we're just waking up. No more COVID, guys. It's okay. No more masks.
I personally don't think that's a good idea. Like the whole no more mask rule. That's not smart.
Why is it not smart to you?
I mean, it's just you can open up, but I don't think it's something that should be announced. You know, if you want to wear masks, wear masks. If you don't want to wear masks, then
And that's what they said. No, they said it's not gonna be mandatory to wear masks anymore. Which I don't understand because if you're relating with, like, if you go to another state where it's still mandatory, see. I think this world, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but like something is
something is about to happen,
or something's already happening.
They know something that they're not telling us.
But if we say it on this podcast, that's how they'll come and find our address.
Let
so
them know. What's the next topic?
It's your turn, fan.
I ain't trying to go to jail or end up in Area 51.
This guy said Area 51.
Will you turn your back on your family for someone you love? Bitch, who do you love? Dun, 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 dun.
You're a joker, bro. Okay, so I think this topic derived from like the Meghan and Harry interview.
Oh.
Yeah, but hold on. This question is not even directly involved with that interview, but I can see how it was derived from that interview.
I mean, but I don't know. I think I watched a bit of the interview, and there's a part where Harry was like he felt trapped even before he started dating Meghan. So it's like it's more or less she sort of like gave him
the
way
courage
out.
to leave.
Yeah. So it's like he always wanted to leave, you know, and with the history with his mom and everything. Man, I feel bad for that guy, but I feel even worse for Meghan because it's just like there are so many things that she discussed. Like there was the part where she's talking about how there were some people that were discussing what the kid was going to look like before the kid arrived. And it's like, wait, so they didn't give that baby a title. There was no security for that baby. And it's just like, man... Oh boy.
So I'm not gonna cap because what does capping ever do for anyone? I'm not gonna sit here like I didn't watch the interview. So I'm probably am not even gonna be well informed enough to have like a deep and nuanced like response. But I do want to say I feel bad for her as like an objective human being, but part of me doesn't feel as bad as I see a lot of other people feeling bad, only because it's like you made the conscious effort to marry in such a family.
Well, she didn't know.
Yeah, and then I
No,
mean,
you should try to watch the interview. There's a part where she was
Okay.
like, because you know she's American, first of all. So the way a lot of people see the royal family, it's deeply affected by what part of the world you're in.
that's very true. That's very true.
So it's like she said it that she didn't even know how to curtsy before she met Queen Elizabeth.
Right.
So it's one of those things where she didn't even know much about Harry because anything she wanted to know, Harry was always telling her. So she didn't.
You don't think that if you were about to marry the king of somebody village, you okay? Let me not use that as an example. If you're about to marry a celebrity, you wouldn't go research or like.
I mean, celebrity is different. This is like royalty.
But they're a form of celebrity.
She said that she didn't research.
Yeah.
That she didn't Google him.
Yeah, that part.
But that's questionable.
I have a question. All you young dashing men in this room, when you want to toast a babe or chike a babe, I don't know what do y'all say? Toast, chike,
Spin.
What?
Spin.
Spin,
Yeah.
spin a babe.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys go Google her?
Google from it.
See, that's part of the problem.
You gotta check her Instagram.
You see? Hey, God.
You check her Instagram.
So,
gotta see
so
what's
Harry,
happening there.
so Meghan ain't check Harry's IG.
You ain't check her
That's
IG.
Do he have an IG?
Yeah,
No,
of
he
course.
doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't.
he
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't follow this stuff. Like, I only, it's
Nah,
my
she should have
proxy.
Googled, like, man, because Harry has been through it. Harry has actually been through it. I'm not gonna lie.
So you don't find it far fetched that she said she didn't research?
Because she was in love now.
No. She's not in love with some like Tom, Dick, or Harry. She's in love with Prince Harry.
You said Tom, Dick, and
okay.
Harry.
No, okay.
They have a joint Instagram account.
But that's since they've been
Duchess
married,
of
though, right?
Sussex.
That's since they've been married.
Yeah. Since they've
Okay.
been married.
I find it really hard to believe, and I'm not negating what she said. I think I sympathize with her as a woman because, like, imagine, look at our culture. Look at what women be suffering in marriages in Nigerian culture. So why won't I be able to relate with, your husband's family ostracizing you or, like, being
it's
evil
deep.
towards you? But you want to tell me you didn't go research?
That's the part. I'm like.
You want to tell me you didn't go
everything
Google?
she said,
You didn't go look
I
at Wikipedia?
believe, but that part, I don't.
Maybe she's.
I think she must have Googled him.
Even if you go and tell your babes, like, oh my God, guys, I went on a date. And who'd you go on a date
Prince
with?
Harry.
It was with the prince. His name is Harry.
But apparently her friend set it up. So I guess she didn't really have that.
Is her friend also
American?
American?
They haven't disclosed who this friend is.
I don't see how this is worldwide trending news. That's crazy.
But wait, will you turn your back on your family for the one you love?
That's a
Or
very
you-
funny question.
I can read a tweet from. I can't
But I love my
pronounce his name.
family, so it's like,
What's the tweet?
who do I really love?
So this is from.
Hold on, let her read the tweet.
tweet. You know that famous.
Oh, Uti Wachuku?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he said, "Family first, always. You see this love thing. If it makes you turn your back on your family, then watch out. Even if Clifford
See this guy. See this guy.
was
Wow.
part of my family, I will never join anyone, especially a romantic
You're not
partner,
serious.
to bring down and condemn my family. Never."
Is this 1998? What?
And you have to even give you have to, and apparently, like, you have to give
Well
context as to
deserved.
who. Chill. YC, do you know who Clifford Orji is?
I know Clifford Orji. Right.
There's people that don't know who he is.
You don't know Clifford Orji? Bro, I was reading the papers, man. I know Clifford Orji.
Okay, so for like, let's say you don't know who Clifford Orji is, just to give context to this thing that this.
Wait, he
Utiwa
said
just
even if Clifford Orji was in his family, he wouldn't turn his back on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uzi, stop lying.
Clifford Orji, come on, who that?
Clifford Orji was a cannibal. cooking people and eating them up. It was public, like it was publicly known. So if you have that kind of person in your family, my guy, which kind bobo now?
Yo, that's anyway, let me
But
not
this
start for this
family thing, yeah, it's like there's one thing I read. I think it was on Humans of New York, and it's like some guy was talking about human beings are the only animals that, after they're born, they still feel this sort of obligation to their immediate family, as opposed to where if you're like a lion, or let me say like a leopard, if once you're a cub and you've grown to your adult whatever, you're gonna move on and try and build your own pack or something like
Right.
that. So it's like family is one thing, but then it's like, what about your own family? Wouldn't you want to create your own family? And that's obviously with somebody you love. So it depends on the kind of love now. Like, how will you love someone, and then it becomes a question where you're not having to turn your back on your family. That means one of the two is toxic.
yeah, okay. You know what is interesting? I can only relate this to Nigerian culture because that's the culture I exist in. I don't know any other, culture. As a like, especially as like the women, when you marry, okay, let me say Igbo culture. I don't know how it is in Yoruba culture or any other culture. I'm Igbo. The woman will marry into like to the husband, and it's like you assume the family of your husband. Like you're the one that's like relinquishing your marital home, like your marital home, your maternal home, and you like adopt the husband's home village as your village. Then like whenever you go for like Christmas and stuff, like you go to the village with your family, you're going to your husband's village. Then you can like, you can go and visit your maternal home, like, one time when you can have a weekend away from the kids and the family or something. But like you inherit your husband's side. So it's almost like you're not turning your back on your family, Shab, but like, is this thing of like the woman has to like inherit the husband's family kind of type of thing, and then you're kind of relinquishing, like slightly relinquishing your own like family. That's one. And then two, I think you have to understand like the context. If we're trying to compare to like the Meghan and Harry thing, are you turning your back on your family because your family hates your spouse, or are you turning your back on your family because
they're not supportive,
another thing, they're not supporting you, or what? So I think it's really interesting, and I think the question depends on like the context. Like, let's say we're talking about, would you turn your back on your family because your family hates your wife? Like, they did not want you to marry her. They think she's a witch, or they think she won't give you children, or she hasn't given you a male heir or something.
She be witch. I love the witch.
Well, there you have it from Ycee's
I'm
mouth.
in love with the witch. What do you want me to do? What if I'm a wizard?
That's a whole nother story.
It's like, if my family does not like who I'm getting married to for no tangible reason, they go leave me.
So hold on, wait. First of all, tangible, subjective, and two, you need to tell me if your mother that's like this to you, if she doesn't like your wife, you would be like,
why won't my
"Bye,
mom like my wife? What happened? Like, there's
there's a plethora of things. Don't you be watching Hollywood like back like in the 90s?
It's not the 90s.
The mother will come. Look, let me tell you.
It's not, my mother is not Princess Ozoko.
No, Wala, but like you're saying, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you said, why wouldn't your mother like your wife? Like, bro,
yeah, something must have happened, and I would like to know what happened.
Sometimes these mothers don't like these women unprovoked.
No, my mom's not like that. I don't know.
Shout out to Mama Ycee, or
I'll have this conversation with her when I get home.
You should definitely have the conversation.
I need to know.
And let me know before you gotta enter one chance.
I need to know. I just go like, Mommy, what will happen if I say I want to get married and you don't like my wife?
I think it's a different conversation for women, because like when you get married, it's like it's assumed that the man is marrying you. So it's like your parents could tell you like, this is not a good man to marry, right? And there's instances of women probably being like, no, this is the man I love. I'm going off and running into the sunset with him. But like
In Nigeria?
yeah, I was about to say in Nigeria. I haven't seen that. What's Dirty Sunset?
Yeah. Hold up, we'll hold you before you get to the sunset.
No, I think it's crazy. I think, but it does beg the question, like, how do you take your family's perception of the person you want to marry into consideration? Like, for example, Harry clearly didn't take the royal family's thoughts and opinions of his wife into consideration. He was like, nah, I love this woman. I love this biracial woman and I want to have her children, or I want to have children with her. And yeah, we're going to have like a lovely family. And then look at what's happening now.
And they're gonna have another kid, by the way.
Yeah, they're gonna have another, a biracial baby that they'll be there asking, is the baby gonna be dark skinned? I don't see why they would think that the child would be dark skinned when she's not dark skinned. He's not black. But that's the conversation for another day. In this instance, in Nigeria, in a country where men take a lot of men take their mothers or their is it their mother or their parents, what they have to say about their spouse,
Their mom,
into consideration. I don't see that many men saying like they would not be with their wife or they wouldn't marry their wife because their mother didn't like them. Am I making sense? I don't think I'm making sense.
No.
Anyway, Sha, I think it's different for men and women.
Different strokes for different folks.
Last. Whose turn is it to pick up a fan? Is it me?
I think so.
I think my fans are done.
I think you're done. You're done.
Well, I'm finished. Amen.
Amen. Oh. Amen. I was waiting for this one.
Okay.
The before and after people move abroad tweets were not ugly, were just in Nigeria.
Ooh, okay. So
I don't even want to find myself with this fan.
okay.
I'm just gonna keep that fan because I'm not a fan of that fan.
This guy bars and you don't even try. So I don't know what sparked that whole thing where people were like putting their.
It's
When I was
boredom
in
now. When you're in a developed country, you don't have what to do with your Wi-Fi. Nobody's coming to harass you with 212 naira per liter. You just wake up in the morning and just say, "How will I piss
there's
off?
light, there's unlimited internet.
You know, how will I
super
just
fast
piss off with
internet
super
speed.
fast 5G? Oh my, bruh, you see that 5G thing? Hey,
Have you experienced
the
it?
internet will be predicting for you what you want to do.
Have you used? Are you on 5G right now?
No, I used it when I was in London.
Oh, okay.
That thing was mad. That thing was mad. It was like the high speed. It doesn't buffer. It's just that's when I started watching podcasts. I started, watching interviews. I'll sit there and watch an interview for 1 hour.
Do you still watch and listen to podcasts now that you're back in Lagos?
Yeah. I do.
It's just
when I'm just cleaning at home, I just plug my ears in. Shout out for you, plug with the AirPods.
Chop me.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really interesting because I feel like I look very different now that I've moved to Nigeria, and I feel like I'm way more toned now that I moved to Nigeria. My skin was clearer when I moved to Nigeria. I feel like I dress. I don't know how to compare and contrast how I dressed when I was in America to here, but like I'm way more comfortable in myself in Niger than I was in Nigeria. Than I was when I was in America. So it's interesting looking at people's before and after. But yeah, Nigeria's just sucking the life out of everybody. That's what I got out of it.
Well, I mean, I feel like it just. First of all, you have to compare and contrast. Okay, how many years difference are we looking at?
Facts.
Because I don't think the way I look now is not the same way I looked 10 years ago.
Right.
I definitely look better. And even when I always had good skin. I always, it wasn't something I used to think about. It's not one of those things where you look at your pictures at that time and think, oh my, the struggle. Or, we just used to feel fresh in our pictures. That's why we posted them on Facebook in the first place.
In MySpace.
Exactly. So now it's like people are posting pictures of when they left the country, and how they are now in a better climate. Mind you, the skies are clearer. There's less. What's There's less carbon footprint.
But even think about it, like you can actually find, even if we don't look at like the like physical and biological effects, bro, you go to like a Western country, there's like cheaper clothes there. Like you can find nice clothes that are like affordable there. In Nigeria, like you gotta spend an arm and a leg to get decent clothes. You can find things that can enhance your appearance at an affordable rate. Like I can't afford to go and say like let me go and buy Bone Straight right now. I can't. I need to buy petrol. Okay, I can't afford to say like I'm gonna go buy like like new clothes or things like that, because it's like, bro, there's so many other
Buy
priorities
new
I
clothes
have.
when your other clothes are. It's not something where you could just be out and just be like, oh, I saw this dress and I like this dress and I bought this dress. It doesn't happen. Like, where do you even want to see the dress in Niger?
Instagram vendor.
Those ones that don't put prices. I beg.
DM for price.
DM for price. Like, why?
And then you
Why?
DM them and the price is 50K. Yeah, it's different. I think there's a lot of factors that allow you to like flourish in functioning societies where,
that whole thing was just. I mean, Nigeria is bad, though, but man, I don't want to say it's not that bad. It's bad, but
if you say it's not that bad, we can end the podcast right now. Like now. Because that's disingenuous.
okay, Nigeria is bad, but the way they made it seem.
I think a lot of people didn't.
Exactly.
I think there were a lot of people that were not taken into consideration that maybe just didn't glow up yet. Because I saw a lot of people like back when I was in SS2.
Maybe
we all looking like an SS2,
what
bro?
if you were a dead guy?
Bro.
You now went to America and realized
saw
that
the
you
light.
can be a better guy. You not think about that part.
I think some people were like, back when I was 14 and now I'm 25. Of course, you're gonna look different. Like
Bro.
9 years. I would hope you look different 9 years later.
I bet that thing was just. It was just. I know, like, yeah, you're fresh now. Kudos, congrats, but I beg. People did this Nigeria. We see fresh inside Nigeria.
Those people would probably be fresher if they were in a different country.
I guess we'll never know.
And those people must have money, because like it's so frustrating. Looking good, it has to correlate with like money. You can't even, how am I saying this? Like I'm going back to how I'm saying like you can go, I'm not trying to say like America's better than this place, so, but like thrifting, right? Oh my god. My whole closet is going to like vintage stores and like picking stuff up,
no,
right?
this-
$2
that's-
this, $3 this, $2 jeans, and like these joints would be like correct like Levi branded jeans, right? You come to Niger and they sell them jeans $6K for one pair. Meanwhile, you can
6K?
buy this thing $2. Wait, am I
Where?
tripping? $6K is too
Where?
low.
Show me the place, please. I would like to know.
Oh wow, okay, I stand corrected. But that proves my
6K.
point.
Hey,
That you can't find.
you're talking 15, 20K.
Oh no, you see, that's why I be wearing the same jeans for like 7 years. But yeah, like
most
it's
times,
cheaper to look better.
I like to shop when I travel. I'll travel with empty box, and then I shop.
Wahala for who doesn't travel. Not all of us can travel.
You try at least once a year, even if it's just once. Just save. You try.
You're talking to a very small percentage of people. I just want you to know. Some of us, if we try 10 years, we're not leaving here.
Sorry, you
know. Last. Sorry, right?
There are people that, but I see people. There are people that travel even more than I travel. I see people go to Dubai almost every year. I'm like, hey,
I've never been to Dubai.
I've been there only once, and it was like that was when I was in the world. I still used to smoke that time. I almost lost my mind. But
why?
There's no smoking in Dubai.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Like not my kind of smoking that time.
I see.
Yeah, but now I can't wait to go back.
And chop life. Well, if you can get past the COVID and the increased flight prices and what else, then maybe you'll see Dubai this 2021. But for those of us still in Lagos, holler at me. Yeah, I don't know. I think people have to take into consideration that when you're in a struggling country, you will look there's a high chance you will look like the suffering of the country you're suffering in.
Facts.
If Lagos,
Imagine if somebody was in this traffic that I just went through without AC in their car.
oh baby, that's why. See, people be laughing at me sometimes with these fans. This fan is a lifesaver. This fan is a lifesaver. Every time I enter a taxi without this, I'm crying.
Let's be real.
Why?
This thing will not help you in Lagos.
No, it be helping. It be helping.
In Lagos traffic.
It be helping.
In Lagos traffic.
Oh, it be
Jess.
helping.
Maybe you, unless it's your
It's
wrist.
it's
Your
a wrist.
wrist.
It's a flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
It's in the wrist.
For how many hours?
Oh wow. Oh my god. Uncle Shai, please don't be mad that I just fanned the fan in the mic. But yeah, like these fans are godsend. I'm telling you. Without further ado, is that it? Are the fans done?
Yeah.
No
Are the
more
fans finished?
man. Shout out to all the fans. But we ain't got no more fans.
Fans of my fans. Fans me.
Only fans.
Wait, fans me would be my fans, right?
Yeah.
What's popping? I'm not gonna blow it. But yeah, Ycee. Wait, sorry, before we go, can we start a petition to change the name of Jagaban? Like the name of the song
To what?
to something else.
What else you
I
want?
think after October 2020, I don't think I would want to associate that name with that such a prolific song.
Man, I don't know what else I'm gonna call it. Let's just say it as one of those before the event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back then, it's still a song embedded in Nigerian music history, but I just wish that the name,
I could have named this song. Now that you speak of this, I have one song that I think a new song is going to be like a new Jagaban, but I might just change the name.
Were you gonna call it New Jagaban?
No, Jagaban Rhythm.
Nah, no, we're changing that. Please, if you have any suggestions, DM Ycee. No, DM me, and I'll let Ycee know. Without further ado, how do we end this?
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
do you not have to ask him?
Just finesse your majesty.
Got you. Can you freestyle with my name right now?
Just finesse your majesty. She R2 the thing. She kill with finesse. She drink that Guinness.
That would bang if I drink Guinness though. That would bang. Okay, so there's this segment we're gonna do at the end of every show, as per my work as a music curator.
All right.
I want to know
You want to know
one song
one song?
from a non-blown artist
Non-blown.
that they're not gonna copyright us if you play their song. That you're feeling at the moment.
Okay, the song is by an artist called D Will's Harmony.
I've heard of that guy before.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one that produced Jagaban.
Stop. He's an artist now?
Yeah, no, he's always been
He's
an
always been
artist.
one?
He's an artist. The guy is super talented. He
Wow.
raps, he sings, he produces. He's all around talent.
All in one.
All in one. And this is his latest single. It's called Phone. It's produced by Beats by Karma.
Stop. We keep it in the family.
And so you keep it tight, keep it airlocked. Yes, D Will's Harmony, and the song is called Phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So out of Ycee's mouth and into your ears, D Will's Harmony, Phone, produced by Beast by Karma.
Yeah.
Ycee, thank you very much for obliging me. First ever podcast. It made sense for it to be you.
This is my first ever podcast, by the way.
You're lying.
I really be wanting to do more of this stuff, but it's just like,
I think you did well.
yeah.
I think you did well. Hopefully it comes out, nice. If not, we are going to enter traffic again and record this thing again. But yeah, I'm Jess. It's Ycee. Jess Finesse presents. See you next time.